Broward County. I'm your host, Simone Priestley, and I have my beautiful co-host with me, Miss Marilyn Monroe. How you doing, Miss Marilyn? Very vintage look of you. And we are here on the Simone Priestley Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have great trending topics today, health discussions, retail, makeup tips, and so much more. So tune in and stay tuned. Trending topics. Miss Rihanna is tracking down her stalker, honey, with the LAPD. That's right, you heard it. She has a stalker. And he is a crazy fan. Like, I'm talking about one of these really crazy fans who just can't get over the fact that Rihanna does not want anything to do with you. There has been online threats that were posed to her life, she says, and apparently this guy has threatened to shoot her, kill her, and all types of crazy mumbo jumbo. I mean, he took a picture in front of her house, literally, like there's the door, ding dong, here's the picture, here's me, your stalker, your killer, and I'm sending it to you online like, where they do that at? Clearly Rihanna's neighborhood. So Rihanna, we're sending our prayers. Hopefully you're safe and your stalker is nowhere to be found. There are some other crazy people and some crazy things that are going on. So we have an update on that Jared guy. Remember him from $5 foot long Subway? That's right, you heard it, Jared. He is in big trouble. So apparently the FBI raided his house and found child pornography. I don't know what to say. Jared, get your life. Like, why would you, like, that's nasty. Like, what, like, I don't understand. But it's a big thing. People are taking it very seriously. He's being trialed, and he may be losing a lot of investors with the Subway company. So we're staying tuned on that story to see what's going on. But that seems to not be the only trouble arising. Bill Cosby is facing some repercussions from his statement when he said that he did consent to drugging women for sex. And a lot of women have come forward off of that statement saying that that is exactly what happened. And because of this, Bill Cosby loses his relationship and statue at Walt Disney, his presidential award, his Navy honorary award. I mean, just nobody wants to be associated with Bill Cosby. Nobody wants to be associated with him. Nobody wants to watch any of the Cosby shows right now. Like, people are distraught at this information. And his wife is the only one who's standing beside him, supporting him like very loyal wives do, ride or die women, saying that these women had come up front themselves and agreed to the relations that they had with Mr. Cosby. But who's to say that any of this is true? I mean, as you're a wife, you're going to support your man. Your man is going through some stuff. You're going to be a ride or die. It's just like being in the mob, you know? So, I mean, hey, we know what you're trying to do, but a sicko is a sicko. So, carry on. Ciara and Mr. Russell, they are really hitting it off. And that is definitely a relationship that put their life, their love, on the mainstreams of media and really gave it a try because they're still dating. Like, they're really early in their relationship, but they are so connected, it seems as though. We saw them together at the ESPY Awards. They were beautiful. They were glooming. They even wore matching colors. You know, you like somebody. You know, you're really dating somebody when he has to match your swag. Hello? Yeah, so I give it up for Cece. And I know that he cares about her because there is a video footage on an interview clip that Mr. Russell had, and he said how much he adores Ciara and how long it took for him to actually lay the deal and get her to say yes to going out on a date. And that was really cute. But where there are some positivities, there are some haters. Of course, Future's watching this video just as much as he watched the other one, saying how he just can't understand how Ciara can be so open to bringing this man who she barely even known for a month into their family's life. You know, what do you think, viewers? Do you think that when you're dating a man, do you think you should bring him into your family's life, especially if you're a single parent? Do you think there's something is too early? Well, Future is saying that there is. It's way too early. And he's kind of going on her too. He's saying that maybe she's in a different type of mind state and she's not quite ready for any relationships yet. And he spilt some tea on their previous love life and why he called off the engagement, because he figured that maybe she was just way too into him. Future, you get the thumbs down from me. I really don't think that that was appropriate. She clearly has moved on. But just like her hit song says, I bet you start loving me as soon as I start loving someone else better than you. And Russell is way better than you. I mean, he makes more money than you. He looks good. He has a clean cut. He has such a well-mannered repertoire about him. He's just, you know, he is a great catch for Ciara. I think she deserves him. I think he deserves her. And I'm wishing them nothing but the best. So boo you, Future, and power on, Ciara. So I want to know, how far have we come in history for us to, number one, be able to use the same public restroom as anybody else? Number two, be able to be in the street without being lynched, beaten, just because we look a certain way. Or three, not given any type of opportunity or employment because of our color. Well, just as much as those accomplishments, we can say that we've accomplished something else with the Confederate flag being gone out of South Carolina. It was a great thing to experience, to see that the Confederate flag being lowered down from its high pole in South Carolina. They protested for a while to, you know, get the views of the government and the officials involved and get for them to see that this really means a lot. And it does. No, it's not the end. No, we still have problems. Yes, people are still getting shot down the street for no reason. Yes, there's still black on black crime and white on black crime and black on white crime. But hey, it's a step in the right direction. So kudos to America for that. Kudos to our president as well, because, you know, we're coming up the end of his term. And, you know, the presidential election is looking really steamy. We have some great candidates on both sides who are really pushing the envelope on their campaigns and their limits. But the president is going out with a bang, and it seems as though he's taking all of the props. He has this great program where he's taken applications for felons who are in prison on non-violent and drug charges to be released. So you can just fill out that application, go through some process that they have you going through, but you'll be able to get out of prison. I think that's really a great thing, because there's a lot of people thrown in jail, you know, based off of the most pettiest charges for the most increased max sentence. And the president really, he recognizes the imprisoned population and he wants to reduce that. He said he was going to do it, and he's doing it. So kudos to the president, kudos to America for lowering the flag, and let's just keep the trend of good things happening in America going. Can I get an amen on that? Coming up next, makeup and retail. Welcome back to the Simone Priestley Show. We are here with our makeup topic, and we have some great tips for you today. day. As you can see, our beautiful co-host, Miss Marilyn, is wearing a very bold lip with really nice winged out eyes and wispy lashes. This look is one of my favorite looks. Like on her, it's iconic, it's memorable. Everyone knows you, Marilyn, for your simplicity but yet elegance. And least not to say, the red lip is trending. Anything bold, anything vibrant. Well, if you want to attain this look, just make sure when you're buying your lashes that they are 100% human hair. You don't know how many times I have seen lashes stick together, stick down, bend up, come off. They're way too thick. They're way too winged out. You can tell the shininess just by the texture of the hairs, just from off of the type of lash hair. Now, if you can go out there and buy Remy and buy Malaysian and buy Indonesian hair for your head, you can go out there and spend $2 more to buy 100% human hair for your lashes. And it is beneficial. It looks very authentic. It looks very natural. And it just softens up the eyes a little more. So that's a tip for how to achieve that. I always like to do my mascara first and my winged liner first. Then I put my lashes on. After I put my lashes on, I'll go over my lash line again with a thin liner of black liquid liner. And the only reason why I say do it before and after with your liquid liner for your cat eye is because when you put your lashes on, sometimes the glue and the white, it's like this clear, I wish I could show you, but it's this clear white strip Invisalign. If you can see on this picture, if you come really closely, there's a clear white strip on the Invisalign, and that's actually what reflects. Sometimes a lot of you females don't realize it. I'm much aware. It's very awkward when you're in a conversation with somebody and their lashes. One or two things. Their lash glue is visible, and you can see that little line there, or their lashes coming off. Conversation with somebody and you're talking, and all you can think about and stare at is their lashes about to fall off and their glue. Like, get your life, get your lashes up. If you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it right. You're gonna get the advice from me. I'm gonna tell you how to do it. Make sure you put on your liner first, then put on your mascara, then put your lashes on, 100% human hair. Then on top of putting on your lashes, make sure that you pinch the lashes onto your actual real lash, so there's no gap in between the real lash and your lashes. It's a lot that goes into this look, and it's just as simple as 1, 2, 3. But for more information and a detailed tutorial on how you can do this and achieve this look, visit our website and we will show you. Coming up, we have fashion, health, and Beehive Report. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to the Simone Priestley Show with some great fashion discussions. Okay, so there's this trend going around, and it could be a little bit old, but there are these heels that are really popular. They're like tennis shoes, but they're still kind of heels in the same way. Louis Vuitton came out with their own rendition that's seen from famous celebrities like Nicki Minaj, as well as some of the ladies from Love and Hip Hop, and also Beyonce. This was actually spotted and can be found in a store in your local mall. All you have to do is check it out on the website, and we have all of the celebrity styles, but we have human prices on the website, just so you can save more for your penny. Welcome back to the Simone Priestley Show. I'm your host, Simone, and I have a special surprise guest with me today, Miss Lisa Morrel. Welcome to the Simone Priestley Show.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me.
It is a pleasure to have you here. So tell me, Miss Lisa, you are a holistic life coach. what is it that you actually do on a day-to-day basis?
So holistic health coaching is a profession where I work with clients to really optimize their life. So if you think about your life, there's different areas of it. You've got your job, you've got relationships, food, what you're eating on a daily basis, how you're sleeping, whether or not you exercise, what kind of exercise you get, and even something like spirituality, if that's something that's important to you.
Oh, awesome. And if you don't mind me asking, I know there's probably a lot of viewers out there wondering the same thing. What is holistic? What is holistic?
I know, that term confuses so many people, so thank you for giving me a chance to explain it a little bit. So it's really a way of life. It's an approach to living where you take a look at the mind, body, and the spirit, and you factor in the interplay between those three elements. So for instance, if you have illness, you're not just looking at that, you're looking at the person and how they're interacting with their environment. Because for instance, in what happened to me and how I became interested in it, the only thing that was out of whack in my life was my job. I was working way too much. But that had such a toxic and incredible extreme effect on me that it had the power to eventually kind of knock everything else out of balance. So yeah, I mean, it's an important thing.
Awesome. So if you can tell me a little bit on what are ways that one can be more holistic in their lifestyle, and how is one supposed to know that they need a holistic health coach?
So to be more holistic, basically, it's a process of tuning in and realizing that there are other aspects of your life. Some people, for instance, don't think about their food. They just eat. I know, for instance, a veteran who just eats because he was taught to get the food in as quickly as possible. He never actually thinks about the process of enjoying his food. So you can take any element, just like eating a meal, and become more holistic about it, if you want to break it down like that. You can think about what you're doing. They say chew 25 times. Who does that? Probably only health coaches. But you know what? It makes a really different experience of your food if you chew it and you really experience it for a longer period of time instead of doing our usual American way of just inhaling and shoveling in the food.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, it really enriches all the aspects of your life. So I would say the number one thing you want to do is tune in and start to think about your life and the areas where there isn't as much fulfillment as you'd like. And again, you can take anything, even like a meal, and even just breathing. If you think about everything that your body does for you, sitting here right now, the breath, you can bring yourself back down and to your body and take deep breaths and realize, if you're drowning, breath is all you want. So, taking something as simple as breath and using it to ground you before an interview or before an important interview, guest, show comes on, you do this and you center yourselves. Breath is an incredible tool. So how do you know if you need a coach? I think if you're not feeling good, certainly physically, because you're going to get a lot of benefit from all the tips and things like that. But I think really, I'm a firm believer in coaching. And I think if you have an area of your life that you're struggling with and you just feel general dissatisfaction, that's a clue that you might be able to benefit from coaching.
Awesome. And I think I could definitely use some coaching. And I really appreciate you for opening up and explaining that, because, it seems as though now people are becoming more aware of, the energy that's around food, health, a lot of things that wasn't surfacing back in the day that's surfacing now on just the littlest things that can, shape our whole entire life experience. So it's really great for you to open up about being holistic and having a holistic, healthy life.
Thank you. I love it.
That is amazing. So tell me where it is that we can find these centers that offer these holistic health care services.
Well, it's becoming more and more mainstream. That's really the good news. I mean, so often now I might be looking for a massage or something like that, and they have health coaches. Really, it's very much more pervasive now than it's ever been. You know, you're finding it in the medical community. So just as you would Google looking for a nutritionist or a dietitian, you can look up a holistic health coach. We're absolutely out there in droves. And so we are infiltrating, and we're trying to really give people alternatives because we're becoming really a medicated society. And, you know, unfortunately, although Western medicine with medications, it has its merits, absolutely. But often there are also side effects. And so if you can find natural ways to decrease your stress, because stress is a big driver of inflammation, and inflammation is pretty much identified in most of the illnesses we see out there today. So if you can find natural ways to bring down inflammation in the body, simple things like getting a good night's sleep, going to a yoga class, meditating, eating less sugar, all these things bring down inflammation in the body. Hey, you may not need to go on that medication, and you're going to save money, and you're going to feel better, and you're going to have a happier life.
Awesome. And I've actually known a couple of people personally from me who's able to, you know, reduce the signs of any type of sickness they had just from changing their eating habits. So being holistic can help doing that. Say if someone was sick with cancer or something, would they be able to tune into these holistic practices?
Oh, definitely. Very, very definitely. Yeah, I mean, sometimes people do have to go on their chemo or the different medications that treat the cancer, but you can augment it with this alternative approach and looking at other ways, as I said, to bring down inflammation in the body and to promote the natural healing in the body. And, you know, you can't take out sleep. You know, for instance, people just may want to talk about food, but you've got to look at sleep too, because the body needs the sleep to repair and rejuvenate. So yeah, you can't take one piece out. Also, if everything in your life is good, but you're in a toxic relationship, trust me, it will eventually show up in your body. It's just a question of time. So really our message is that you can't tease it out. You always have to look at mind, body, and spirit. You just have to.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Miss Lisa. You hear that, ladies? If you're realizing that your hair's falling out and that your face isn't on as good and you're not feeling good, your stomach ain't right, and every time he leaves the house, it's that relationship. You need to go to Miss Lisa's office. You need to call her up and you need to say, Miss Lisa, I am about to die. I think this man is trying to kill me. So there you have it. Check out all aspects of your life. And Miss Lisa, where can we find you?
I have a website. It's lifecoachlisa.net. So it's easy to remember, lifecoachlisa.net. I'd be happy to take any questions, and I do a free consultation.
Lifecoachlisa.net. You hear that, Miss Lisa, where you can find her. And you can find more information on where to find her at www.simonepriestley.weebly.com. And we're tuning out of Health Topics. Next up, the Beehive Report. Welcome up to the Beehive Report, what we've all been waiting on. Welcome back. It's Simone Priestley, my beautiful co-host Marilyn. Marilyn, how you doing? You look really good. And this is time for us to really sit down and talk about what's been going on. I didn't get to catch up with you and talk to you on what's been going on with Beyonce, because we've seen a lot of her out in the media. She's been spending a lot of time in New York City. She's been online. She's been traveling back and forth between her office and wherever else she's staying in New York. And we have some Beehive people saying that it could be her and Jay-Z are going through a rough patch. The only time we see Beyonce spending so much time in New York, spending so much time by herself, and not so much with the baby either. Here are a couple shots of Beyonce prancing around in New York City, looking very casual, but still very flawless, honey. as always, and Jay-Z with Blue Ivy by himself. Now, there's this picture that is surfing around the internet, and Beyonce has her hand in the grass, and she has on a blue ivy ring, and it's on her ring finger, and her ring tattoo is actually gone off of the picture. Now, we all know she's been famous for photoshopping her thigh gaps, okay? We seen the picture of the stairs, all dysfunctional like that, okay? So could it be that maybe she photoshopped that tattoo off of her ring finger? Could it be that could be what's going on? And if she is photoshopping the tattoo off of her ring finger, why? She never done it before. So what has surfaced to make her feel as though she has to do that? All these questions are surfacing. They're driving us crazy. They're driving me mad. I know for sure that Jay-Z better not be out there doing nothing crazy, because the last time he was out here doing something crazy, it was a war going on. It was a war. He had that woman come out with this whack music video saying about how Beyonce needs to sit down and be a better role model for the kids. So being a side chick is a better role model for the kids? Girl, get your life. Sit down, press pause, and rewind. No, ma'am. You can't talk to the queen bee like that, telling her that she needs to sit down and be a better role model for the kids. She is the best role model. Hello, she is a #1 selling female artist. She is an entrepreneur. She is a philanthropist. She is an empowering woman, one of the most influential women in the world, according to Forbes. Go look it up. Surpassing Rihanna and Oprah. Beyonce is. She's a feminist. She's a Christian. She's the best. And moving forward, that's just what it is. So, Jay-Z, hopefully you're not doing anything to hurt Beyonce in that matter. But you are doing something with Tidal, because it seems as though it's getting a lot of publicity. Tidal is doing well. They have Lil Wayne, who dropped a free Weezy album on Tidal, exclusive to Tidal, free to all those who do have Tidal. And he's been cutting some backlash from it. Now, he was spotted performing in the club, and Birdman threw a drink on Lil Wayne. Then after that happened, Birdman threw a drink on. He's suing Jay-Z for $50 million because of the illegal business arrangement he has with Lil Wayne to promote and actually have his album on Tidal. What do you guys think? Do you think Birdman is being petty? Do you think that he's just jealous? Or do you think that he is right to his artists and his money? Your comments, your opinions on the Simone Priestley website, we want to know. Whatever we do know that Birdman is hating and he wants his Lil Wayne. And we do know that Jay-Z is making sure he collects all of his pawns and put them on one basket, because Tidal is getting publicity because of this. And as well as that, Jay-Z has a great connection with Lil Wayne, and maybe they'll get in the studio and do some music together. I don't know. That's what's going on with the Beehive Report, and thanks for tuning in. This is the end of our episode for the Simone Priestley Show. It's your girl, Simone Priestley, and our beautiful vintage co-host, Miss Marilyn Monroe, checking out, ready to go get some drinks and turn up. Bye.